Some bits. So this was some of the things from when I did this survey of regulators to try and pull together where they were doing different things in this space. So first thing was around what are they doing, current approaches. There was little regulatory guidance exists, but many would argue that the regulations are broad enough that they didn't need to adapt particularly. There were very limited inspection protocols and guides for inspectors to look in this space. The guidance applicability, as I was saying, most regulators felt it was okay, but in talking to industry, it was felt that it was lacking. So I think the regulator said there's enough, and industry said there needs to be more. So I think that's the balance there. What are they doing in terms of new approaches? There was a reliance, I think, on outsourced technology for them, training, what they could do in terms of processing instructions and how that could be taken forward to drive things there. And about wider awareness, I think there were very few regulators that understood what was happening in the rest of the government in their country. So where they could use other knowledge in this space to help them set up inspection programs or technical knowledge in what they needed to do. And the industry view really was in those relationships, they're not fulfilling the required change. So the view was actually there needs to be more done to help drive that change forward. So what could regulators do in this space? And kind of three things. So the first was about enhancing cooperation, building partnerships, and having some levels of regulatory relief. So enhanced cooperation was how do you use the likes of PICS, how do regulators come together to use the knowledge they have in those pockets, and where I talked earlier about are they leaders or are they followers in a regulation? You need the leaders to lead in this space to allow the other regulators to learn from them and take things forward. In building partnerships, absolutely key that regulators and industry find a common place to talk and to drive things forward. Regulators aren't going to learn and develop these things on their own, and there needs to be those partnerships. And the likes of the Pharma 4.0 group at ISPE is a great example of industry coming together to push a consolidated view of knowledge together and then have the right platform to discuss that with regulators and take that forward.